We are reading from Isopanisad. Today, text number 11. Vidyam cha yas tadvedo bhayam saham avidyaya mrityum tirtva vidyaya mritam ashnute. Here the translation by Srila Prabhupāda. Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessing of immortality. Now this is the third shloka discussing the concept of Vidya in Isopanisad, and we were discussing before the shloka 9. Those who engage in culture of nescience activities shall enter into darkest region of ignorance. Worse still are those engaging in culture of so-called knowledge. Then the next shloka explained, the wise have explained that one result is derived from the culture of knowledge and that different result is obtained from the culture of nescience. And now the conclusion comes, so what shall we do? Only one who can learn the process of nescience and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessing of immortality. So here, this is the conclusion. The third shloka concludes the discussion and advises how to act. So we'll be going through Prabhupada's purport first. Now, the goal is immortality. What is the goal of life? To become immortal. We are immortal. We are stuck in repeated birth and death. So the goal is to actually achieve the immortality. Means freedom from repeated birth and death. That's the goal. So now, keeping that goal, what we should do, how we should act, that is the idea. So now, shlokas that I explained, the shloka 9 explained that those who engage in nescient activity, nescience means material activities, shall enter into darkest region of ignorance, means you have to take repeated birth and death. And if you engage in so-called knowledge, that's even worse. Knowledge, okay, but so-called knowledge means the wrong knowledge. If you have wrong understanding of spiritual things, that is even worse. Okay. Then, next shloka said, the wise have explained that one result is derived from culture of knowledge and different result is obtained from practicing nescience. So, conclusion is, you should know what is what. You should know what is the process of nescience and what is the transcendental knowledge. And then you can get the immortality. So, here the Prabhupada explains in the purport. The first paragraph of the purport discusses this, that everybody is actually desiring immortality. Everybody wants perfect life, perfect situation, perfect circumstances, perfect perfection. But doesn't work in material world like that, no? So but desire is there. Since the creation of material world, everyone has been trying to attain a permanent life. But the laws of nature are so cruel that no one has been able to avoid the hand of death. This is reality. Now we may not discuss about that, but people don't like to discuss about that. But the point is that we are all going to die. Good morning. Welcome everyone here. Whoever has come has to die. And those who did not come, don't worry, they will also die. So, this is reality. Oh, why you are so negative? Be positive. I am positive. Very positively I'm telling you, you are going to die. I'm going to die. It's absolute truth. So now the question is, why I have to die? And how to stop repeated birth and death. So we follow what Veda says, what the wise, the rishis, they say. So many people try to become immortal, but it didn't work. There was a famous hero, Hiranyakashipu, a king, who was very much advanced materially. He wanted to conquer the dead. And you remember from Bhagavatam, he asked Brahma, they give me blessings so I don't have to die. But Brahma say, how can I bless you? I have to die. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartino. Even Brahma has to die. Brahma lives 100 years. His 100 years are very, very long. That's a different issue. But point is that even Brahma has to die. So how can Brahma bless him for immortality? That's not possible. So Brahma say, ask something else. Then he tried to do the patch-up work. Okay, you cannot give me immortality, but at least I should not be killed by any weapon. So Brahma say, okay, you will not be killed by any weapon. No demigod should be able to kill me. All right, tatastu. No demigods will kill you. No human shall kill me. Okay, no human shall kill you. I should not die in the air or on the earth. Okay, don't die in the air, on the earth. So he tried so many ways to ensure his immortality by the tricky way. But then Lord appeared as a half man, half lion. So you are not killed by animal, you are not killed by human, but you didn't count that Lord can come half, what to do? There's a loophole in your protection, scheme. So it didn't work. No? And the Hiranyakashipu, who desired so much to be immortal, ultimately gained immortality by being killed by the Lord. Then he was free from all sin. And then after that he achieved, by the blessings of the Lord and his son, he achieved some eternal life also. So our point is that Prabhupada explained here that he wanted to be Amara, he wanted to be eternal, immortal, but he could not achieve it by material means. So here, the whole point is here that even Hiranyakashipu, the most powerful materialist, who could not become deathless by his various plans, what can then be accomplished by tiny Hiranyakashipus of today, whose plans are thwarted from moment to moment? So this Prabhupada is mocking on today people who are not so powerful like Hiranyakashipu, but still they want to become immortal by their own schemes. So it didn't work. So how to achieve it? Sri Isopanisad instructs us not to make one-side attempts to win the struggle for existence. In order to attain permanent life, one must be prepared to go back home, back to Godhead. So what is that one-side attempt? Don't try to make yourself comfortable just by material means. That is illusion. It doesn't work. Correct. I also try to make myself comfortable by displaying the board, switch off the cell phone, but it didn't work. So what is the point? The point is that today's society tells us, get money and be happy. Doesn't work. It's cheating. Is it cheating? It doesn't work. Oh, some are looking very disappointed. I'll repeat. Money won't make you happy. Okay, got it? Because it's a fact that soul is spirit and money is matter. Something temporary. How can eternal spirit soul be satisfied with something temporary which has beginning and end? Any material happiness has beginning and end. Therefore, whatever you do materially, it won't satisfy. It won't satisfy. You think rich people are all happy? He has nice house, nice car. 6 cars are there. Swimming pool is there. 40 servants are there. But the daughter-in-law is not listening. There is always some problem. There is always some source of dissatisfaction, some source of disturbance in material world. Because matter is made like this. Material world is made like this. There's always some trouble. So here, the Isopanisad condemns that idea that, Hiranyakashipu was ruling all the universe. He was thinking himself Lokanath, Lokeshwara. Not only Lankeshwara, he was Lokeshwara also. He conquered all the demigods. They were working in his garden as a servants. He was controlling everything. And he could not achieve immortality, eternal life, eternal happiness by his material schemes. So why we should try? Why we should be fools? chewing the chew. Again, so many people tried in the past and they did not achieve it. And now we are thinking, yeah, but I'll manage. I'm sure. Just give me money and you'll see I'll be happy. It doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. That happiness is something else. Happiness is on spiritual platform in our eternal relation with God. So this is explained here. Don't make one-side attempts. Don't think only if I secure material side that I'll be happy. Now we will see how it goes. How to achieve that immortality? It has to be learned from revealed scriptures, Vedic scriptures, such as Upanishads, Vedānta Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. What is that knowledge? Vidya, what is that knowledge that we have to get? This is the knowledge. The conditioned living being has forgotten his eternal relationship with God and has mistakenly accepted the temporary place of his birth as all in all. What Veda says? Veda says we are not this body, we are spirit souls. We don't belong to this material world. We don't belong to this upadhi, this concept, bodily concept, that I am European, you are Indian, you are male, you are female, you are belonging to this caste and that caste, or you are old or young. These are all bodily identifications. These are not our real identities. Our real identity is that I am spirit soul, eternal servant of God. Now, once in illusion we mistake the self for the body, then all our trouble starts. All the problems of life come from this basic misconception. Thinking myself, I'm the body, I belong to this country, to this community, or to this family, and thinking the material life is all in all. Whatever comes through the body, whatever I see, whatever I hear, whatever I smell is reality, and there is no truth above that. This is illusion. This is illusion. The truth is that God is there beyond all the creation, maintenance and destruction, and that I am eternal also, changing bodies one after another, life after life. This is the truth. And to stop repeated birth and death, one has to realize this. First we hear, then we go to process of purification, then we realize, then we act upon it. And then actually we are free from the birth and death. So this is the message of Isopanisad. That is Vidya. The Lord has kindly delivered the above mentioned scriptures in India and other scriptures in other countries to remind the forgetful human being that his home is not here in this material world. Maya. Ma means not. Ya, here. Not here. This is Maya, not here. Not that here we want to be happy. We want to be happy in the spiritual world. We want to be happy with Krishna. Here we do our job and come out of it. The living being is a spiritual entity and he can be happy only by returning to spiritual home. This is reality. We can be happy only by going to Krishna's place, which is our place, which is our home. So, not that you go to Vaikuntha and then you put a fence about some particular area and declare it Vaikuntha, Tamil Nadu. There also will be DMK. Doesn't work like that, Doesn't work. Not like that. No, there is only Krishna, one party, Krishna's party. Everybody waves the same flag. That is Garuda's flag or Hanuman's flag, as you like, No divisions there. But it doesn't work like this, We come for yatra to Mayapur and devotees from all over the world, they come. And then they speak, hey, see that Tamil devotee. He's not Tamil devotee, he's Krishna's devotee. The Tamil devotee there. No, it's Krishna's devotee. Even in spiritual line, we are bringing these material concepts. So, home, where is your home? You are from where? From Vaikuntha. He's showing to the ashram. Our kitchen. Construction. He's on construction department. And you are from where? Vaikuntha. Ayodhya. Oh, he's from Ayodhya. That's a good answer. Okay, here. From his kingdom, the personality of Godhead sends his bona fide servants to propagate this message by which one can return to Godhead And sometimes Lord comes himself to do this work. No? So here, this is reality. This is reality. This is what's happening. Why we are not happy? Why we have so many problems? Because of Pakistan, because of Modi, because of GST, because of mother-in-law. No, because we forgot Krishna. We forgot our real identity. This lifetime is meant. Realize this. Hear, learn, practice, strive, surrender to Krishna. Realize that what we have forgotten, that we are eternal servants of Krishna. Jivara Surpaho Krishna Nityadas. Then when we realize this, no more birth and death. Bas, job done. Finish. Prabhupada say, finish in one lifetime. There's no need to wait. It's a great danger. Look at Kali Yuga. It's progressing like anything. You want to be born again? It's a risky business. So, Krishna comes, he sends the all Vedic literatures first. Then, he sends his gurus. His gurus means his servants, our gurus. His dear eternal associates to preach. And then, sometimes the Lord comes himself to do this work. These are different avatars are there. They all come to preach same message. Same message. And then, the recent one, the latest one is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 500 years ago who appeared to preach this, that you are eternal soul, part and parcel of Krishna, eternal Krishna's servant. By chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can go home back to Godhead. One can realize this. One can actually awaken his dormant love of God. So here, Prabhupada says, since all living beings are his beloved sons, his parts and parcels, God is more sorry than we ourselves to see the suffering we are constantly undergoing in this material condition. Now, just now, one devotee told us that, oh, I feel so sad for other people. I'm telling them, but they're not picking up. They're not interested to hear. They're not interested to chant. Then I was just reminded on this. No? Prabhupada say, God is more sorry than that. How God is feeling, who has pure feelings. Our feelings are there, but in this conditional stage, still our feelings are split. Bahushaka Gyanantasya. Our feelings are a little bit for money, a little bit for house, a little bit for family, a little bit for God, a little bit for flowers, a little bit for myself, and a little bit for other jivadoya, for other living entities. No? But Lord's pure feelings. How much He has feeling that, oh, jivas are suffering. Huh? So Srila Prabhupada said that all of us should help in Lord Chaitanya's mission to reveal the Lord from that feeling and bring many, many more, as much as possible, bring conditioned souls back home, back to Godhead. So this is another amazing point Prabhupada mentions in the purport. The miseries of this material world serve to indirectly remind us of our incompatibility with the dead matter. Incompatibility. What is this? What does it say that? What is it? Our incompatibility. Why we are not incompatible with matter? Because we are spiritual. We have nothing to do with material world. We don't have to be here. Somebody asked, Prabhuji, but if everybody chants Hare Krishna, go home back to Godhead, who will stay in material world? How this material world will run? Why you worry for material world? This is like prisoners are complaining to government. If everybody good, then who will stay in prison? It's a foolish question. No? What you will do with empty prison? Nothing. We'll make them into the marketplaces, you know. Why we have to run prisons? It is not necessary to run the prisons. Huh? And you don't worry. Maya will make other souls forgetful of Krishna. Prisons will be always full. You come out. And this is a funny question. Huh? So, why we suffer? Miseries of material world serve to indirectly remind us. Of course, we know we suffer because of our bad karma. Bad karma means what? What do you mean when we say something bad happens and you say, oh, bad karma? What does it mean, bad karma? Bad activity means I got the reaction for bad activity. What is definition of bad activity?
Whichever is not for the pleasure of Krishna.
This is very good definition. Bad activity doesn't mean only illicit sex, gambling, drinking, smoking, intoxicating, lying, cheating, stealing, killing. These are bad activities. But these are not only those bad activities. What is bad? Any activity with body, mind or words which is not directed towards to please Krishna, towards pleasure of Krishna, in service, which is not engaged in the service of Krishna, it's a bad activity. It's sinful activity. That's really definition. That's really what it is. No? So whatever bad is happening, it is happening because we did not act in our constitutional position as a servant of Krishna. We acted as independent enjoyers. We took the responsibility in our hands. We separated ourselves from God. We disobeyed the laws of God. And therefore we got reaction. But apart from being reaction as a reaction, here the purpose to indirectly remind us, look, we are not really compatible for this material life. We are not meant for material life. Why we are not meant? We are eternal spirit soul. We want eternal happiness. And everything offered in material a few drops of water. Imagine yourself, you walk through the desert for hours and hours and hours, and somebody comes in front of you. You want some water? Ah, yes, God only send you. And then he takes the eyedropper and puts you in your tongue 2 drops. Will that satisfy? No, it won't satisfy. This is exactly what it is, We are looking for happiness in relationship, we are looking for happiness in matter, we are looking for happiness in technology, we are looking for any sensual happiness, the mind happiness, the intellectual happiness, political, any way you think of. We are looking for pleasures of body, mind, intellect, ego. But these are all material. Won't do the job. It's all insignificant. Cannot satisfy the soul. What will satisfy soul? Yayatma suprasidati. What will satisfy the soul? Savai pumsam parodharmo yato bhaktir adokshaji. Bhakti, devotion, service. Doing something for Krishna's pleasure. Then Atma feels happy. This is completely opposite than all material society tells us today. Teach us today, push us. Be enjoyer of material world. No, complete opposite. Be servant. Be servant. Be proud. Be number one. No, number one is Krishna. We are number 2. We are servants. Be proud. No, be humble. No, do it your way. No, follow the parampara. Don't speculate. Completely opposite. Whatever they taught me in the school, it was harmful for my life. Yeah, you can do it. You have ability. You can be number 1. Push yourself. Promote yourself. Fight for your right. But my right is to be with God. Why you are disturbing? Why you are putting obstacle by modern education, by modern advertisement, by the TV, by all this, all the propaganda in the world that will be happy without God. This is the obstacle. This is disturbance. This is disturbing my right as a soul to be with God. Why you are misguiding? Why you are cheating us? Nobody can be happy without service to the God. That's the message here. Intelligent living entities generally take note of these reminders and engage themselves in the culture of Vidya, or transcendental knowledge. Now, so one has to be a little intelligent to understand this. Hey, it doesn't work. Material endeavors, they are not really satisfying. So here, when something bad happens, 2 types of people react in different way. Those who are pious, they turn to God. They say, something bad happened, my Lord, must be my fault. Please you protect me and guide me how to go about. And those who are impious, they blame God. Yeah? Why is this happening? If God is there, He will not allow this, but these bad things are happening, and they blame God. You see? So therefore it is said, those who are intelligent, they will take these reminders. They will take note. Oh, something wrong in material world. Something is wrong here. But the basic logic, if you apply, if you believe in God, that God is creator, God is the origin of everything, then why did God create mosquitoes? Why God create snakes? Why God will allow wars? and pain and suffering. Huh? Why? This means that he is imperfect. Why is too hot now? Where is the fan? There is no fan. No? Why this imperfection in creation? There is no imperfection. This material world is meant to cause the trouble. It's a punishment. It's a jail. It's called a Durga. Durga is superintendent. Durga means fort. Imprisoned. We are imprisoned. Encaged in the body, encaged in the material world. Two cells are there. One is the body itself and one is the world itself. Not that you are locked in one cell, but two locks are there. Actually, many more locks. We'll not discuss now in detail. But, no? You see, that's the problem. So, we should see that God could create perfect world. Why not? He could create mosquito. When he bites you feel happy. Oh, so nice. He could do that. He has power to do it. Correct? God cannot do. He can do. Then why he didn't do? Why this mosquito comes whenever you want to sleep? Just that moment he comes. Then even if he doesn't come, already you're expecting. Now he will come. Now he will come. Correct? First he created mosquito, then he created restless mind. Correct? Even if there is no mosquito some night. What will happen tomorrow? What will happen tomorrow? Anyway, go to sleep. How can I sleep? What will happen tomorrow? Correct? Mind is worse than mosquito. Mind is worse than 10,000 mosquitoes. Is there anything like wild mosquito? That's the mind. Huh? So, you see how this world is created. If you think a little bit, you will understand. It's not meant for enjoyment. It takes an intelligent person to understand that this world is not meant for enjoyment. Something wrong. How much enjoyment? No? Okay, so that was about vidya, knowledge. We are eternal spirit soul, we should serve God. And what is that avidya? The path of avidya, or advancement of material knowledge for sense gratification, is the path of repeated birth and death. This is what it is. Hear this one? Advancement of material knowledge, which is meant for sense gratification. It's path of repeated birth and death. But we are progressing, we have computers, we have cell phones, we have, what we have? All kinds of things. Atom bomb we have intercontinental missiles, so we can strike another country from far distance. No? But what is the result of all these things? We are more and more in Maya. We are more and more attached. We are more and more bewildered. We are more and more suffering. No? It's so convenient. It's so convenient. It's so convenient. I can't give like 10 times already phone is ringing. What is convenient? For speaker is not convenient if your phones are ringing constantly. Convenient. Yeah, it is convenient. But so many inconveniences are caused by that. How much time you spend on your phone? How much time? If I ask you to read Bhagavad Gita, such a thick book. Yeah, but your tiny, thin phone, you spend more time than you will spend on the thick book,
Free talk time.
Huh?
Free talk time.
Free talk time. Yeah. Yeah, you can speak for long hours, speak all nonsense for long hours. Okay, so what is the point? The point is that we think that advancement of civilization means technological advancement, but not necessary. Not necessary. And if you see how much technology advance, the quality of people should match. They should also advance. People should be also good, but they are not good. The qualities of people degrade. How much more technology going up, this much qualities of people come down. Correct? So anyway, you all know all these things. Here, as he exists spiritually, the living entity has no birth or death. Birth and death apply to the outward covering of the spirit soul, the body. But it is disturbing us so much, this birth and death disturbs us so much because we are conditioned. We want to enjoy, we identify with body. When we lose the body or anybody dear or dear one dies, we are so disturbed. We are devastated. Somebody dies. Oh, this is such a disaster. There's such a difficulty. Because we don't understand. The soul does not die. Actually, body has to die sooner or later. So here, sense enjoyment is the diseased material condition in the diseased material condition must be restricted as far as possible. Unrestricted sense enjoyment in this bodily condition is the path of ignorance and death. Look this statement. Everything opposite that I learned in the school. A teacher always say, you learn, you study, you get good degree, get good money, enjoy life, be happy in life. My father told very clearly, you don't go to school. I asked him, why should I go to school? No, you have to. Okay, this is not the answer. You have to, that is not the answer. Why I have to go to school? To learn. Why? To earn money, correct? Why? To be happy. I'm already happy, I'm playing all day, leave me. But it did not work, I did not convince him. No? But that was the message. No? You learn, you study, you get your degree, be happy in life. What is the happiness in life? Enjoy life. Yeah? Enjoy life. Yeah? Nobody told you in life you should enjoy. Huh? They told me like this. Go and enjoy. What are you doing sitting home all day? Go out and play with other kids, for example, correct? Might be I was bothering parents a lot, so they wanted to, for my enjoyment, to send me out to play outside. Yeah? And then when you grow up, enjoy. You know, I remember cousins will come. When I was 16, some cousins will come and they'll come visit our house. So when father is not there, I say, so, you have some girlfriend? That encouraging, you know. Not like in India. In India, you should not do that. But they will encourage. Oh, any girl? I said, no. Come on, tell me. I said, no. But they are encouraging. You know? They are encouraging. Yeah? Teachers are encouraging. And then you are encouraged by others. Saturday, Sunday, holidays, go enjoy. We'll go for picnic, we'll go holidays, we'll go do this, do that. Enjoy in the park, enjoy in the cinema, enjoy this, enjoy that. Enjoy. And you will be happy. And look what you open Isopanisad, what you will find? Sense enjoyment in the diseased material condition must be restricted. If you want to be free from ignorance and death, restrict sense enjoyment. Complete opposite. Complete opposite that we ever taught. No? Can you imagine you have a cold? You have a cold and then somebody comes and tells you, oh, you should take some more bananas. Take bananas in cold? Then second person comes, oh, you should take more bananas. Oh, but I thought when you have cold you should not take. No, you should take bananas. Then, and some cold yogurt. Oh, and ice cream also. Oh, and Shrikant also. Oh. And then, can you imagine? All people you know start advising you like this. And this is what it is. Whomever you know in your life before meeting devotees, this is what they told you. They told you something against your benefit. They thought that will cure you, that will make you happy. But actually that will make us more conditioned, more suffer, more disease. Birth and death, prolonging our birth and death. Every time anybody, even insignificant thing, even when we are children, some elder cousin will come and give us some little few rupees in the pocket. Buy some chocolate. Even that is wrong guidance. That I am enjoyer of material. You will enjoy. You go enjoy. Buy some chocolates. The point is that so much we are encouraged in this life from birth. By birth we are encouraged that go for enjoyment. Enjoy. Let them enjoy. Let the children enjoy. Let them go and enjoy. Let them go and play. So much we are hearing. But here this is real message for our benefit. For our benefit this is the message. Restrict sense enjoyment. Why? Because unrestricted sense enjoyment in this bodily condition is part of ignorance and death. Okay. The activities of the material senses are perverted reflections of activities of original spiritual senses. Actually we have, Prabhupada say, all of us, we want to love somebody, we want to do something. There is a potency, there is a nature of the soul to be happy. But that can be utilized in relation to Krishna. We have our senses. These are spiritual senses. So the happiness through the spiritual senses in service of Krishna, that is guaranteed for permanent happiness. That is really what we're supposed to do. Here, in his disease condition, the spirit soul engages in material activities under the material covering. Real sense enjoyment is possible only when the disease of materialism is removed. In our pure spiritual form, free from all material contamination, real enjoyment of senses is possible. So, when Veda says restricts sense gratification, restricts sense enjoyment, we are speaking about restrict material sense enjoyment. No? Not that you don't see devotees ever smiling, no. Whenever you come to temple, everyone, welcome. You are all welcome. But we have to restrict sense enjoyment. So nobody should laugh. Why are you laughing? Not like that. There is spiritual enjoyment. There is spiritual relationship. There is a love. There is emotion. There is a feeling. There is a bliss. Susukham kartumavyam. Krishna says in Gita, this process of Krishna consciousness is practice with happiness. There is no problem being happy and experiencing bliss. Jiva cannot be without bliss. Anandamaya bhyasat. Jiva is made of Anandam. But Anandam is coming with relationship with Krishna. When we serve Krishna, when we re-establish our forgotten relationship with Krishna, then we become happy. And there is real happiness, spiritual happiness. Attachment to devotees, attachment to Guru, attachment to Prabhupada, attachment to deities, attachment to Krishna. This is real attachment, this is real feeling. This is not material. Some devotee leaves, you feel sad. Oh, this is real feeling. This is original feeling. This is spirit soul's feeling. When you miss the deities, when you miss the association of devotees, these are real feelings. And when you feel happy in kirtan, when you feel happy in service, when you feel happy honoring prasadam, these are real feelings, these are spiritual feelings. You are not deprived of happiness, but not material one, the spiritual one. So this is the secret. Remember in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that we can externally control our senses, but mind may be still dwelling on the objects of the senses. So how to overcome that desire to enjoy material senses? By experiencing param drishta nivartan, by experiencing higher taste, by experiencing spiritual happiness, we can conquer material happiness. This is the idea. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehin rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishta nivartante. That we have to get higher taste. So what we do when people come to temple, we chant Hare Krishna, sing, dance, take prasadam, see the beautiful deities, see the festival, hear about Krishna, learn about Krishna, hear wonderful pastimes of Krishna. Then they like it. This soul is attracted to Krishna. Naturally, soul will be attracted. And then more they experience happiness in the temple, in devotional activities, less one will feel attraction for Maya. Just like your belly is full now after prasadam. Now anybody coming and say, peanuts, this, that, and nobody bothers. Belly is full. Satisfied. So you come to temple, you satisfy yourself spiritually. Then you go out and no temptation of Maya. Point is that really we are all cheated. We are all cheated by our ignorant parents from the childhood, by our ignorant teachers, by the government, by the neighbors, by our friends. Whoever told us that you will be happy in material world, he was not a teacher, he was a cheater. Yeah, it's a fact. You laugh, but you are also cheated. Yeah? Because Vedas, they speak the truth. They speak what is beneficial for us. They speak what we have to hear for our benefit. Why? Because death is waiting upon all of us. We are wasting our life. We are wasting our time. We are wasting our human form of life searching for material happiness. It's not there. It's not there. It's Maya. It's illusion. And where is the proof? The proof is that you come to Krishna. You serve Krishna, you will see spiritual happiness. Then you will see, you can actually give up material happiness. There is something better. There is something higher. There is something worthy living for, worthy dying for. Eternal life. full of bliss and knowledge with Krishna. That is offered in the Vedas. And therefore we worship Vedas, we worship Krishna, we worship a Guru, because they given us actually solution of life. And there's nobody teaches anymore. Nobody teaches. No school. Even in great India, which is very spiritual country, hardly any school teaches anything spiritual. And even if they teach, you come to the point that God, you worship God to help you material progress. We come to temple to get material blessings. Correct? That's all. Okay, I have break for 5 minutes. Do you have any questions regarding this, whatever we covered so far? Because we are waiting for the further notes.
Sometimes people say, some devotees, they make you claim that this shloka only one who can learn the process of dashes and the process of knowledge. It means that you also have to experience.
Right. Okay. It's a good one. I left it for the end. I have note of that for the end, but I will use now opportunity. The shloka says that one should should have a knowledge of both the nations, material knowledge, and transcendental knowledge. So somebody say, that's it. You see, Krishna says, you have to go to college, you have to get a degree, you have to get married, you have to experience this life, and then only you can practice properly bhakti. Indeed, somebody called us, a devotee, he called us in Salem that, Prabhuji, we heard in Salem you have this famous Vinayaka mission, dental college. Yeah, we have. So I want to send my daughter from another country, from Malaysia. He wants to send his daughter to study here. So you are coming? Your own family is shifting or something? No, we are sending our daughter only, we are staying in Malaysia. So he said, Prabhuji, it's not good deal, sending your daughter alone to another country, it's unmarried girl, So why to risk, There's no any college in Malaysia. Why you have to send her all the way, And apart from college, why don't you get her married, So that you do her duty peacefully and, for benefit of her also. No, Prabhuji. You see, she wants to preach. She wants to preach. So you're sending her for dental college. No, if she doesn't hold any degree, people will not respect her. I tell you, that's bogus. That's not true. This is your excuse. Because you think that is important material education. You are still 1 foot in material world, 1 foot where you want to put in spiritual world. But somehow or other, seems like both legs are tied up, You are not able to do that step, It's a simply excuse. And they may quote this shloka. You see, Krishna says, both things must be there. No. What Krishna says here, you should know what is Maya. You should know what is this nations. You should know what is avidya. You should know it's not place of happiness. It's temporary. It's going to bind you. It's going to disturb you. No? Not that you have to cut yourself with knife to know how knife works. Do you have to do that? No, you don't have to do that. You should know. Knife is sharp, be careful. Very useful tool, very dangerous tool. This much you should know both things. It's useful, it's dangerous, how to use it properly. That's what you have to know. No, both things you have to do. Cut yourself and then also cut the subject. Is that the intelligent proposal? The cheaters. Simply they are attached and they want to use these shlokas, you see. Isopanisad says, you should do both. But you can't do both. You cannot start the fire and switch off the fire, and start the fire and switch off the fire. What you will get? You'll get smoke in your eyes. Tears you will get. Prabhupada says you can cook on smoke for 300 years. It will not get cooked. So this is not proper. This is a bogus proposal. People are attached, then they make philosophy out of it. No? It's a bogus thing. You should know what is matter. We have to deal with matter. Now you will see, there will be compromise here also. Compromise means both things should be parallelly done. We are in material body, we have to take care of material body, we have to take care of family, children they have to be fed, children they have to be taken to doctor. All these things we'll do our duties, but we'll know what is spirit, what is matter and how to go about. will know in every time, place, circumstance how to act in Krishna conscious way, not to be entangled in material world. No? This is the situation, this is the position, this is the proposal. Proposal is you should know the nature of material world. You should know what is binding, what is dangerous. No? Not that everything you have to experience. No? If I give you a glass of nice mango juice, do you have before that take one Karela juice before that? Do you have to? Just to relish the nectar, no? No, both things has to be done. Every time you ask mango juice, I'll give you 2 glasses. One Karela juice and one mango juice. Is it needed? And I tell you, after drinking Karela juice, no mango juice will be sweet also. Okay, let's see this coming up. So make sense? It makes sense? I kept it for the end. This is what we were reading. The activities of material senses are perverted reflections of activities of original spiritual senses. In his disease condition, spirit soul engage material activities under material coverings. Real sense enjoyment is possible when the disease of materialism is removed. And in our pure spiritual form, free from material combination, real enjoyment of senses is possible. So Prabhupada gives this example, that a patient must regain his health before he can truly enjoy sense pleasure again. So he should not increase his fever, he should decrease his fever. When you get a fever, there is some restriction, what to eat, what not to eat. No? So before you can again be normal and enjoy yourself, you have to first decrease the fever. And if you go on increasing the fever, how you'll get cured? No, we want to be happy, we want to enjoy. Okay, but Veda says enjoyment is with Krishna. So in able to enjoy with Krishna, you have to stop eating outside. No cinema, no coffee, no tea, no chai, no chicken. No cricket. Ooh, this is difficult. Huh? No onion, no garlic. Oh my goodness. What are attachments? No? And then people, oh, how it is possible? Huh? Huh? No onion, no garlic. Onion dosa. Oh. You can smell it on 3 miles. Smell, stink, as you like. Okay, so what is the point? The point is that we think that spiritual life is very difficult because so many restrictions. But actually, once we experience these pleasures of spiritual life, that bliss, then these material things are insignificant, unattractive, not really difficult to give up. Okay, so that is what Prabhupada said, no? That one should not increase his fever from 105 to 107, but should reduce his temperature to the normal 98.6. That should be the aim of human life. So here, this is the suggestion. Somebody just asked, how do we balance our life? Sometimes we are too much material, then we are losing sense for spiritual. Sometimes we are too much into spiritual, then we are maybe will be neglecting material duties. Here, Vidya and Avidya, the balance program is suggested. Prabhupada says, there is no question of stopping activities. Just as there is no question of wiping out one's temperature altogether when trying to recover from disease. No? Wipe out temperature altogether to 0. It doesn't work like that. No? Must be balanced. To make the best use of a bad bargain is the appropriate expression. Okay. What does it mean? The culture of spiritual knowledge necessitates the help of the body and mind. Necessitates the help of the body and the mind. Therefore, maintenance of body and mind is required if we are to reach our goal. No? Great sages and saints of India have attempted to do this by a balanced program of spiritual and material knowledge. Okay, so this is what we have to do in life. We have to take care of body, we have to take care of our family, we have to take care of our expenses, we have to take care of our health. Yukta hara viharasya. That balance. Diet should be balanced, recreation should be balanced. The bodily need, mind's need. Everything should be balanced. But the aim of all this is to achieve Krishna, to use it for Krishna. This is the point. The aim is not separate enjoyment. The aim is to serve Krishna, satisfy Krishna, to surrender to Krishna, to use it in Krishna's service. So we all eat, so we cook and we eat. No? What's the big fuss about that? That doesn't matter. You're in family life or you're in rounds life. You have to eat, you have to take bath, you have to dress yourself, you have to avoid disease, you have to maintain the body, to use it for service. Yeah? Then only you can achieve the goal. Yeah? If I want to read Prabhupada's books and my eyes are gone, I go to doctor, get my glasses and read Prabhupada's books. Oh, you went to doctor. Why did you go to doctor? This is all material. But then I cannot read Prabhupada's books. Correct? No, I'll never go to doctor. Then you cannot do any service. What is the point? No? So here you can see that the spiritual knowledge necessitates the help of the body and the mind. No? So this is reality, this is practical. No? So we are not fanatics. Correct? So somebody says in Europe, we were distributing books and one young man, 25 years, looking very smart. He said, "Oh, you are selling spiritual books, but you are wearing shoes. Why you are wearing shoes?" So why? I should go barefoot or what? No? So he thought that if you're a spiritual person, you don't care for matter. No? But I'm a spiritual person carrying this material body. If I damage the body, body will work on bodily platform. No? If I put material hand in the fire, it will burn. So why should I do that? Correct? So he thought, if you are spiritual, you cannot be material. Of course we are not material, because we are wearing shoes to propagate spiritual knowledge. I'm not wearing shoes to go for sense gratification. We are wearing shoes to distribute Prabhupada's books. We are wearing shoes to protect the body so we don't get cold, so we can serve better. No? So he couldn't understand this balanced diet, the balanced program of Vidya. So he rejected books. No, you remove your shoes, then I will buy the book. So I say, okay, come, I'll remove shoes, you get the book. But you should not put it on again. I say, I'll put it on by your permission. No, I'll not give permission. No, after reading book you will understand. I can wear the shoes and still be spiritual, Yeah? There were so many Babajis living in Radhakund, Vrindavan. Babaji is above sannyas order. You renounce all the duties, all reality, all responsibility, what I want to say, and absorb in reality, chanting the holy name. Babaji means you fix your japamala for your hand and you chant. And then whatever problem comes, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Any questions you have? What's your question? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's the answer, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Yeah? So they were all renounced. They are so renounced. They will not do anything material. Yeah? Then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Ṭhākura, Prabhupada's guru, comes on Radhakund in the car and coat and shoes and sits and gives lectures on Upanishads and speaks about renunciation. Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe, how to use everything in Krishna service. Huh? That is important. How do we see first and use everything in Krishna service. This is Krishna consciousness. You can't reject things. Everything belongs to Krishna. Everything is Krishna's. But you should not use it for your sense gratification, for our sense gratification. We should not use. That's the secret of life. You live in material world, but see that it's Krishna's creation and everything should be used in Krishna's service for Krishna's pleasure. Then no problem. Then one will not be entangled. That is the idea. No, not that we reject everything. We reject everything for our sense gratification, accept everything for Krishna's pleasure. This is the life. This is the Krishna consciousness. Huh? Everything. And the Krishna consciousness to such a level that even casual things like, oh, what a lovely day today. It's sense gratification. If you say, what a nice day, we can do so much service for Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. Yeah? Oh, what a nice flowers you have here. Yes, for Krishna. Not for us. Any concept of sense gratification is harming us. That is Krishna consciousness. So this is how we should see. And then what is there to reject? Everything is Krishna's. So using Krishna service. Something can be used, some things cannot be used in Krishna service. You know, how you use garlic onion in Krishna service. For medicine is allowed. Some medical purposes are there, for that is allowed. No. For onion dosa, not allowed. Why not allowed? Because every time you want to offer onion dosa to Krishna, Krishna does like this. Anything else is there? He doesn't like it. We don't offer. What is the problem with garlic onion? It's good for health. It's good for health, but it's not good for spiritual health. Krishna won't take it. Then why should I offer? I thought you are vegetarians. Sorry, we are not. We are Krishnarians. Whatever Krishna says, we offer. If Krishna says, I like garlic onion, I'll make my japa beads with garlic onion, you know. But he doesn't say. He say it stinks. Sorry, don't offer. We don't offer. But it's good for, but my doctor told it's good for health. But your doctor will not help you go home back to Godhead. Correct? So what is good for health? Good for health is what Krishna says. No? So these are, anyway, some basic. Okay, here it is. Balance program. What is balance program? Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That is Vedic style. Human activities diseased by tendency towards sense gratification can be regulated in Vedas under the principles of salvation. This system employs religion, economic development, sense gratification, salvation, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. But at the present moment, people have no interest into religion and salvation. Hey, this is 2 out of 4. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. This is Vedic society. This is balanced society. What you have today? Kama and artha. Dharma, how you pray to God if He can help you artha a little bit. Correct? So you on half. How do I put on half? 3.5. Correct? People go to temple, what for? Because they can't manage materially. Correct? Some problem comes. Health problem, bank balance problem, job problem, exam problem. Correct? So dharma is practice for artha. No, complete opposite. Moksha is goal. Dharma is practice for moksha. And then you have artha, economy, for what? Keep body and soul together, make it run. To serve Krishna. This much artha is required. And kama, pleasure is there. Restrict that pleasure. You want to enjoy life? Enjoy life. Get married, be gentlemen, enjoy life. No? That's the idea. Restricted life. Everything is restricted. You want to enjoy mangoes? Fine. Get the good mangoes, wash them, offer them to Krishna, and honor prasadam. What is the problem? Restricted. Not unrestricted. Restricted enjoyment. Correct. Not that you can see, people go shopping and they have their children with them. And right in the shop, child cannot control, even wait to come to cashier, Immediately they open chocolate and eating. And the lady comes to the cashier and say, 2 chocolates and 1 empty paper, and 3rd one also, already swallowed by the child. They can't wait, they can't hold it. No? Regulated enjoyment. Everything is there. What we are missing, Krishna consciousness? What we are missing? We are eating on ghee every day. Krishna says, cook for me in ghee. How many families in Tamil Nadu, in Salem, cooking in ghee home? Your house, they cook in ghee? No, they are not cooking. Not cooking at all, they are eating outside. Varadaraj Prabhu, in your house, Mataji cooks on ghee or on oil? Oil, which oil? Usha oil. Correct? And you see, in temple we are not working, but we are cooking ghee. As you can see. Pratyaksha pramana. Yeah? Huh? How many times in life you have feast of 20 items, 30 items? How many times? Maybe on your own marriage, and if you sneak to other marriages also a little bit, no? Correct? Here every month at least one feast, correct? Forget one, at least 2 feasts are there every month, correct? Today is Ekadashi, heavy fasting day for us. Morning already 5 items are there, correct? What to speak of lunch? I should not announce. You see? Our pure food we eat. Correct? We don't eat this bloody, fishy, stinky meat. Correct? No? No feather, no poop in our plate, you know. He knows what's the poop, they don't know the English. So, you know? Huh? Our food is better. We are singing, dancing 4 o'clock in the morning. Who is doing that? Huh? In which house? Maybe Nim house. Nim house means Nimhans. Who is dancing 4:30 in the morning? Morning 4 o'clock, neighbors were shouting this to lady. You heard in the morning? Bob, I went chanting there behind, shouting like anything, 4 o'clock in the morning. Up here! Shouting 4 o'clock in the morning, you know. Here so pleasant, conchal. Jumping, dancing, bliss, you know. No? Who is doing that 4:30 in the morning, jumping, dancing? Nobody. No? And then class, philosophy discussion, flowers are offered. Look at the flowers on Prabhupada, singing, dancing, smiling, serving, cooking, prasadam, feasting. No? Prabhupada say, even if there is no God, our life is better than materialistic people's life. But there is God. Okay. So here, the point is that modern society has only artha and kama. There is no dharma, there is no moksha. Therefore, there is no balanced diet for them. There is no balanced life. The only aim in life, they have only aim. What is that? Sense gratification. And in order to achieve this end, they make plans for economic development. To get karma, they strive for artha. No? So now, what is the point? Any means of earning money will do, due to ignorance of laws of nature and the highest goal of life. No? Any money will be accepted. If you think that anyway there is no God, there is no soul, there is no karma, there is no punya, there is no papa, there is no next life. Life is meant to enjoy, so enjoy life. So earn money by any means. Any means. Cheat, lie, steal, beg or borrow. Charvaka's philosophy. Correct? Somehow or other, get the ghee. That even Charvaka of those days was much high class enjoyer. At least he was eating ghee, you know. Now they are stealing, begging and borrowing, and they eat oil, you know. Huh? Even rich people's house, they have aluminium pots and cook in oil, you know. Bogus. No enjoyment. So what is the point? The point is that people are ready to take any abominable job to earn money. They don't care. Lying, cheating, stealing, bluffing, whatever. Anything. Selling, reselling. So much cheating. Today, business means cheating. Told by businessmen. You can't trust anybody. Everyone is bluffing and cheating something. And this is, you know, I don't have to discuss this. You know? Okay. Misguided men think that religion should be maintained because it contributes to economic development, which is required for sense gratification. Okay? Huh? Government is so much interested in Tirupati temple. So much they are encouraging people to come. You know? Why? Because government takes so much money from this Tirupati temple. You know? So much money they take. From the hundis, they take so much money. For the road projects, for the chicken poultry farms projects, for so many water projects, they take from temple money. And recently this Telangana said, oh, we should also have one center like Tirupati, so that Yadagiri Gura, they want to make now as big as Tirupati. So, if you are a foreigner, you may think, what are pious people? They really want to, promote temples and culture, but they know how much income Tirupati gets, It's all motivated, It's all motivated. So here, misguided men think religion should be maintained because it contributes to economic development. It's good. People are going to temple or church or something. They'll be good, they'll be obedient, they'll do their work properly. That also may be there, All right. Thus, in order to guarantee further sense gratification after death in heaven, there is some system of religious observances also. So those who are very pious, they believe in God, they believe in Svarga Loka. So they say, let's do some puja to go to heaven in time of death. And nowadays it's hardly there. But even 50 years ago it was there in India. People knew that there is a way how to go to heaven. But Prabhupada say, but this is not the purpose of religion. This is not the purpose of religion, that simply we pray to God to enjoy material life. That is not the idea. Prabhupada said, Christians' famous prayer, "O God, give us daily bread." Prabhupada said, this is love of bread, this is not love of God. Asking for material benefit. So Prabhupada continues, the path of religion is actually meant for self-realization. And artha, economic development, is required just to maintain the body in sound and healthy condition. So nobody is asking you, now go strict diet, don't eat, don't drink, don't dress yourself. Not like that. Be reasonable, normal. But not that now, because we are devotee and we can use everything in Krishna service, then we have to have fashion dhotis, fashion japa, beadbags should match my colors of the shoes and all these things. We don't follow that, really, Should not be like that. I chant only on silk beadbags, Otherwise, no. No? One golden ring of Nrsingadev and ruby, shankha and chakra earrings. Trying to make Krishna conscious, my own material attachments. But it doesn't really work like that. It doesn't work like that. That's not. Just to maintain body in sound, healthy condition. That's all. You're not asking to starve. But if you go on for fashion, if you go on for some extreme, unnecessary gadgets in the house, then what is the use? What is the use? Again, we'll miss the point. Here Prabhupada said, man should lead a healthy life with a sound mind, just to realize Vidya, true knowledge, which is the aim of human life. So this is so clear, no? This life is not meant for working like an ass or for cultivating avidya for sense gratification. Material knowledge is called avidya. Here, the purpose of vidya, transcendental knowledge, is to come to devotional service. The absolute truth is realized step by step. Brahman, Paramatma, and finally Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. The central purpose of these 18 principles is attainment of transcendental devotion to the personality of Godhead, which I mentioned before. The guaranteed path to the aim of Vidya is described by Rupa Goswami Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Here, Tasmat ekena manasa Bhagavan satvatam patihi Shrotavya kirtitavyascha dhyaya pujascha nityada. Therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about, glorify, remember, and worship the personality of Godhead, who is the protector of the devotees. That is the aim of life. That is the aim of religion. This should be done, keeping this balanced program in mind. And conclusion, Prabhupada says, unless religion, economic development, and sense gratification aim towards the attainment of devotional service of the Lord, they are all simply different forms of nescience, as Śrīpāda indicates in the following mantras. So this is also linked to the next shloka Prabhupada gives at the end. So what is the use? What is use? You have good job and good money and good status in society if you're not devotee. What is the use? You're going to die and take birth again and strive for the same again. What is the use? Huh? Why not be a little simple and humble? Why you have to push your husband to work, 15 hours a day so you can buy a better washing machine or better car? Why not be a little simple and say, okay, this is enough we have. Now, my dear husband, you and me will go together to temple and educate our children in Krishna consciousness. Why are you pushing him? Go for promotion, go for promotion. Promotion means there's no any time anymore for anybody. There's no time for family, there's no time to think, there's no time to read, there's no time to sleep, there's no time to eat. That even material life is ruined by this. You're working like an asses. They work like a mad, They squeeze you like anything, these companies. They offer you more money, but they squeeze your life out of it. There was a devotee working in Ford company, and he was good in his job, but he will do minimum his duty and go home, read Bhagavatam. He wanted to read Bhagavatam. So one day his boss came. He said, man, you are good. You are excellent. You can do so much. But you are not giving your soul to the company. He said, definitely not. 3 months he quit, joined the temple. You see, they ask, you're not we are feeling, you're not giving your soul to the company. Huh? They want to squeeze you. They want you for themselves. They want to exploit you. So that way should not. So if husband and wife are little, what I say, they have understanding. This is enough for us. Okay, now let us, other many times people speak nonsense. Oh, I earn more money, then I'll give more donation. But we don't see him after, neither him or his donation, once he earns more money. And then you earn more money, then you have bigger flats, so rent is bigger and bigger cars, so he's drinking more diesel. And it goes on like this. More earning, more expenditure. Correct? It's like this. No? Simple living. High thinking. That's what is recommended. Okay, here. Some other quotes from Prabhupada we have. Here from Kunti Maharani's prayers. Something. Why Lord appears? Kunti Maharani says, and yet others says that you appear for the sake of regenerating the devotional service of hearing, remembering, worshipping, and so on, in order that the conditioned souls suffering from material pangs might take advantage and gain liberation. No? So this is why Lord comes. This is from the different writings. Now, Prabhupada explains, a living being cannot help but render service because it's his constitutional position. Constitutionally, he is made for that purpose. The only function of a living being is to render service to the Lord. You heard this one? The only function of living being is to render service to the Lord. Not that Bhakti Yoga is something we practice at weekend, First thing is service to my family. First thing is service to my country. Then weekend, when we're free, when we have holidays, then we go to temple. No. The only function of living being is to render service to the Lord. The Lord is great and living beings are subordinate to Him. Therefore, the duty of living being is just to serve Him only. Unfortunately, the illusioned living beings, out of misunderstanding only, became servants of the senses by material desires. This desire is called avidya or nescience. No? So now, you can't say that what to do, I'm in Maya. Krishna created Maya, no? So it's very powerful potency, Prabhupada. Very powerful. What can I do? I'm in Maya. No, this is our choice. It's our desire. It's our desire. This desire is called avidya. What is the desire? Desire for sense gratification. We become servants of the sense. This is our desire. This is not that God is putting us that desire in our mind. We want it. This is the difference. So you can't blame Maya, no? Out of such illegitimate desire, the living being makes different plans to material enjoyment centered about perverted sex life. He therefore becomes entangled in chain of birth and death by transmigrating into different bodies on different planets under the direction of Supreme Lord. Unless, therefore, one is beyond the boundary of nescience, one cannot get free from the threefold miseries of life. This is the law of nature. The Lord, however, out of His causeless mercy, because He is more merciful to the suffering living beings than they can expect, appears before them and renovates the principles of devotional service, comprised of hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping, praying, cooperating, and surrendering unto Him. Navavida Bhakti. Adoption of all of the above items, or any of them, can help conditioned soul get out of the tangle of nescience and then become liberated from all material suffering created by the living being illusion by the external energy. This particular type of mercy is bestowed upon living beings by Lord in form of Lord Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu. So here Prabhupada again and again is saying same points, no? That we are suffering because of forgetfulness of Krishna. We are in illusion thinking then sense gratification will make us happy. And we should therefore serve Krishna with our mind, body, words. We should engage in Krishna service. And we should maintain this body, we should maintain family, we should maintain reasonably so that we can practice peacefully Krishna consciousness. Here. So there are many quotes. What do we do now? It's 12:20. So here, Prabhupada gives another definition of avidya. This is very interesting. The material body is symbol of gross and subtle form of forgetfulness. Therefore, the whole atmosphere of material world is called avidya, or nescience. Whereas the whole atmosphere of spiritual world is called vidya, or full of knowledge. There are different stages of avidya. They are called dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. Why is it like that? Because yesterday I explained. Because that penetrates to the conditioned soul, conditional nature. From your previous life, you are born in particular family, and now you are born as a Brahmana, as a Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, and you get your duties according to conditioned nature. No? But these are all material aspects. But because it is directed ultimately to uplift one to the platform of transcendental devotional service, therefore is beneficial. We have some system to engage mind and senses while in material world, and that is called Varnashram system. No? Svanushtitasya dharmasya samsidir haritoshanam. No? So that is the idea. So here, look and see what Prabhupada counts avidya. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when questioned by Ramananda Rai, when he suggested that, Varnashrama is the highest goal of life. And Chaitanya said, this is external. Tell me more. Correct? Here. But in the field of knowledge, there is devotional service of the Lord, bhakti. Therefore, there is no chance of being contaminated by influence of nescience or forgetfulness of avidya in the liberated stage of devotional activities. Okay, so how to be free from avidya? Engage in devotional service. The Lord is thus the proprietor of the fields, both of nescience and of cognition, vidya and avidya. And it remains the choice of living entity to exist in either of the above regions. So this is now the definition of Tatastha Shakti, the living entity's marginal position. We have to be under some energy of the Lord. Either we work under Mahamaya, external energy, or we work under Yogamaya, spiritual energy. But we are always under the energy of the Lord. We are never independent. So when we engage in devotional service, Mahatmana Sumam Bharta, Daivim Prakriti Bhashitaha, then we work under divine energy of the Lord. When we want to enjoy the senses, then we are under the Maya. Daivi Hyeshe Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratya. Gunamayi means three modes of material nature. Mama Maya Duratyaya. Duratya means very difficult to overcome, impossible. Okay. So here, another avidya Prabhupada list is here. What is that? Because this artificial rebellious condition of living entity gives him all troubles, it is to be understood that he should take to his normal life as a devotee of the Lord and be revealed from the misconception of being God. So you see how Prabhupada writes. It's amazing, no? So here, the so-called liberation of thinking oneself God is the last reaction of avidya, by which the living entity is entrapped. So what is the point? The point is that person says, okay, forget material life. There's all suffering, my wife give me so much trouble, and children have problem, and I have job problem, and forget material world. I go for spiritual life. And then he comes to spiritual path, but he comes to the impersonalist. He comes to the person who say, actually, if you sit in yoga meditation for some time, in 15 days, you will become God. Huh? You'll become God. That's good. Become God. God means enjoying, no? So you see, Jiva is again offered enjoyment, but in the name of so-called spirituality. Huh? So Prabhupada said, this is also avidya. If you think that you will become God, no? Because now he said, no, I'm not in material life, I'm not in this material, only spiritual life. What is your goal? To become God. This is also avidya. Here Prabhupada lists. This is also avidya. So you see how many avidyas Prabhupada lists. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha, impersonalism, of course, material. Now this is another definition of avidya. In the Vishnu Purana, Kala Shakti is mentioned as avidya. The symptom of the influence of Kala Shakti is that one has to work in material world for fruitive results. All material world is conditioned by Kala Shakti. All material world runs by the order of time. So this is amazing, no? So another avidya. Okay. The energy of the Lord, called avidya, is bewildering factor of the conditioned soul. The material nature is called avidya or ignorance, but to devotees of the Lord engaged in pure devotion, this energy becomes vidya or pure knowledge. Hear this? Now Prabhupada says, same energy becomes vidya. It's the same energy. This is confirming Gita. The energy of the Lord transforms from Mahamaya to Yoga Maya and appears to pure devotee in her real feature. Mahamaya will transfer into Yoga Maya. You can see this example from Krishna book. When Vasudeva went to bring Krishna from Mathura to Vrindavan, he took the girl baby from Mother Yashoda. There it is said, in Vrindavan he took Yoga Maya, spiritual potency. He brought her back to Mathura. In Mathura, Kamsa heard that 8th child is born. So he came to kill the baby. So he took the girl baby, which was Yoga Maya described so far. He wanted to throw her in the stone wall, and she became fully manifested form, Durga, Mahamaya. When materialistic person like Kamsa deals with her, then this is external potency, Mahamaya. When devotee was carrying, it's Yoga Maya. So this is the mystery, that anything material, if you engage in Krishna service, becomes spiritual. Simple flower you pick up and you offer to the Lord, and it's spiritual. If you smell it, uplifts you. You smell it for your own sense gratification, degrades you. Same flower, same flowers. We should not enjoy the senses, but very nice. This is offered to the Lord. By smelling, we go home back to God. Huh? And the fellow who was today morning came on market, from same person he purchased flowers and he put it home, or he given to his wife. Flower for you, rose for you. Huh? And she smells. Very nice. But both of them degrade because they use in their sense gratification. Whatever romantic may look like. Nonsense. Don't enjoy the class for Krishna's pleasure. Okay. The material nature therefore appears to function in 3 phases. Okay? As creative principle of material world, Maya creates the world, Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Sadhana, Shakti, Rekha, as ignorance and as knowledge. So this is the point. By Krishna's mercy, we may get free from Maya. Or she may bless us that we are not anymore under her bewilderment, under spell, under illusion, then we can actually get knowledge how to come out of material world. As disclosed in the previous verse, in the 4th creation, the power of knowledge is also created. Okay, these are some details. The conditioned soul are not originally fools. Look at the statement of Prabhupada. The conditioned soul are not originally fools. But they are by the influence of the avidya function of material nature, they are made fools. And thus, they are unable to utilize knowledge in proper channel. What a statement. So, this is really, when you're reading, Prabhupada is very bold. I remember that people who are in the West, given to some professors to read. What Swamiji says makes sense. But the way he says sometimes really hurt us. He's stepping on your ego. It's really hitting the point. You know? Originally you're not fools, but sir, you are a fool. Originally you are not a fool. You fool. Originally you are not a fool. But Maya made you a fool. But don't worry, you can chant Hare Krishna. Is he criticizing me or what is he doing? Okay. By the influence of darkness, the conditioned soul forgets his relationship with Supreme Lord and is overrun by. These are 5 avidyas. Attachment, hatred, pride, ignorance, and false identification. These the 5 kinds of illusion that cause material bondage. So these are the 5 aspects of avidya. And simply avidya means forgetfulness of one's identity. Sir, Hare Krishna, Ninge yaar, who are you? Huh? What did he say? Farmer. Farmer. He said the farmer. That is your activity. But who are you? Tamil, little bit help. Who are you? He said the farmer. That's what you do. But who are you? He is Hindu. Okay, that is the religion you belong to. But who are you? It's a difficult question, correct? Not easy question. Don't worry, relax. So, you are spirit soul, eternal servant of Krishna. You know. That is, so here, avidya means forgetfulness of one's identity. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not have material body. And therefore, he has no avidya or ignorance. He does not sleep, but is always alert and awake. You see? So now if you sleep on the class, you have excuse. You say, well, I'm not God, what can I have to sleep? No? But you see these definitions. What is it? Because God has no material body, he has no ignorance. You see, this material body is Sharira, Avidya Jal. You heard that daily we are chanting. If we know the meaning, we would not smile. I don't know why you are smiling. This body is bag of ignorance. Sharira, Avidya Jal. This body is bag of ignorance. We'll stuff the bag now up to the neck. But just see what we are chanting. If you know translation, why you are smiling? You know, Sharira, Avidya Jal. Papa, I have big jal, you know. 108 kg can bear. Acharya Śrīla Swami gives the following explanation of this verse. Many philosophers have studied the mysteries of life from various perspectives and have formed widely different theories. Now he is criticizing Mayavadis. The Advaita Mayavadis, for example, propose that there is only one living being and one power of illusion, avidya, that covers him. Okay? There is one living being only. We are all Brahman. There is one living being. It's difficult to understand wrong philosophy. But here what he said, there is only one living being exists. Okay? One conscious being. There are no two. You and me are not the difference. There is one living being. And there is only one avidya, illusion, that covers him. Producing appearance of plurality. That because of Maya we think, I am different person, you are different individual, you are different, but we are all one. That is Shankara's proposal. Now Śrīla Swami is criticizing this. By this hypothesis, but this hypothesis leads to absurd conclusion that when any one living being becomes liberated, everyone obtains liberation. Correct? If there is one consciousness covered in Maya. So if any of us gets moksha, same person got moksha, so I'm liberated. Correct? But did not happen. Obviously. You understand the absurd of the situation. So this is how he defines avidya. If on the other hand, there are many avidyas to cover one living being, each avidya will cover only some part of him. You say, if avidyas are many, then one conscious being will be covered with many different small avidyas. So you got rid of this portion of your body of avidya, but that avidya is still there, therefore it's covered, no? So that doesn't make sense. Then we would have to talk about his becoming partially liberated at particular times, while his other parts remain in bondage. This is also obviously absurd. Thus, the plurality of living beings is an unavoidable conclusion that we are different from God eternally. Thinking that Jiva is equal to God, this is avidya, according to Śrīla Swami. Okay, according to Madhvācārya, Vidya indicates goddess of fortune. Vidya means Lakshmi Devi, the internal potency of the Lord. Whereas avidya is Durga, the external potency of the Lord. Ultimately, however, the personality of God can transform his potency according to his own desire, as explained by Srila Prabhupada in commentary in Bhagavatam. Because the Lord is absolute transcendence, all his forms, names, pastimes, attributes, associates, and energies are identical with him. His transcendental energy acts according to his omnipotence. The same energy acts as his external, internal, and marginal energies, and by his omnipotency he can perform anything and everything through the agency of any of the above energies. He can turn the external energy into eternal by his will. Now this is the same thing what Prabhupada already previously explained, that Yoga Maya acts as Mahamaya. But look here. Here, external, marginal, material, anyone can perform any function by the Lord's will. So this is amazing. People think that spirit is opposite than matter. No, because matter has a form, spirit should not have form. No, spirit has spiritual form. Completely different. Yeah, and then Krishna cannot assume the form. Why not? Krishna can assume any form. Then why deity is in material element? It's not material. Krishna can turn matter into spirit. If we worship him, he will become spirit. He will speak to us, Prabhupada said. And if you think this is not good, it will remain stone forever. It will remain metal forever. So this is something amazing that Lord can do. He can turn any time, any place, any potency into another potency. He can make matter into spirit, spirit into matter. If you neglect deity worship, Lord will leave, and it will remain material elements on the altar. He won't be there. You can't push him, you can't force him to remain on the altar. But if you worship with love and devotion, Lord will appear. Lord will reciprocate. No? We have so much experience with this in ISKCON. Even now, we have an experience. When you cook nicely for deities, you can see the old dresses of the deities become small. And that was a phenomenon in many temples, in Radha Gokulananda in London temple. For 1 year, temple was in bad condition and the economy was bad, so they were offering only khichdi and papad and one halwa to the deities all day. Or some simple, very simple items. And when temple president changed, he understood, no, we have to worship deity properly, then everything will be okay. So he started spending money more on deity worship, and naturally more people came and they were attracted, more donations have come. And in 1 year, pujaris complained that all dresses, they are not able to fit to the deities, they became small. How you explain this? If it's matter only. No? How is it possible? It just doesn't fit. What do you do? No? So these are pujaris will tell you many realization with the deities, many realization that you can't explain by laws of physics. Okay, so here what you already waited for a long time, the Acharya's commentaries. Okay, here Madhvācārya's commentary on mantra 11. Vidyam chayas tad vedho bhayam saha avidyaya mrityur tirtva vidyaya amritam ashnute. Here he says, this is the further elaboration of what is said in previous slokas. He who knows both correct knowledge and false knowledge, having surpassed misery of ignorance by defeating false knowledge, which is full of misery and ignorance, attains knowledge and bliss by true knowledge, which is full of knowledge and bliss. Sanskrit is difficult to translate. This is Bhanu Maharaj's translation because it's, I don't know how to explain, goes back and forth, refers to both. So it's very nice if you cool-headedly, slowly if you see. He who knows both correct knowledge, vidya, and false knowledge, avidya. Having surpassed misery and ignorance by defeating false knowledge. You should defeat people who preach avidya. Okay, so by false knowledge, people will get ignorance and misery. If you preach against false knowledge, you are free from ignorance and misery, and others are free from ignorance and misery. Okay, so here it is. Having surpassed misery and ignorance by defeating false knowledge, which is full of misery and ignorance, he attains knowledge, now vidya, and bliss by true knowledge. Okay, you get by studying vidya, proper knowledge, by propagating it, by practicing it. What you get? You get knowledge and bliss by true knowledge, by that vidya, which is full of knowledge and bliss. It's nice. Sanskrit is amazing. Difficult to translate in English. The word mrityu should not be taken literally in sense, but metaphorically only here. Now Vedānta-deśika's commentary in line of Ramanujacharya, he explains. This verse summarizes what was said in previous verses. The possessor of the above teaching knows both vidya, consisting of worship of Paramatma, and avidya, consisting of karma as a secondary practice, and combines them together without mutual conflict. Ubhayam saha. So here, this is exactly what Prabhupada said. No, you should have balance of both. Mrityum tirtva means having crossed over the obstacles in practicing it. So mrityu doesn't really means death, but means actually crossing over the obstacles on the way. What is meant by the word avidya is karma. This karma means prescribed duties to get material benefit. These are prescribed activities in shastras, different karmas, different pujas, different practices, different rules to follow to get material benefit. This is called karma. And to do your karma, do your duty. So avidya is karma, action prescribed by the means of realization. And that also refers to the varnashram system. Okay, you do your duty according to your varna. So here he quotes shloka. Devoid of knowledge of Brahmana, king Kshatriya, king Janaka, performed many sacrifices in order to cross over obstacles by avidya. Sacrifice is prescribed duty for king. So he practiced avidya to get vidya. Okay? In order to fix himself in the knowledge of Brahman. Okay, read one more time. Devoid of knowledge of Brahman. Okay, this is wrong. Devoid of knowledge of Brahman. Janak performed many sacrifices in order to cross over obstacles by avidya, in order to fix himself in knowledge of Brahman. So again, example is given. That by practicing your duties, you'll come to the platform of knowledge. That is the idea. It's simple, it's not difficult. He says, the avidya, acknowledged as a means of crossing over death, is that which is opposite to vidya. The word avidya excludes knowledge, vidya, just as the use of the word kshatriya excludes brahmana. When you say brahmana, you mean no brahmana, you're excluding kshatriya. When you say vidya, you exclude avidya. This is how they correlate. All acts performed and not included in knowledge should come within the scope of karma. Okay, karma means avidya. Now he quotes, Tapa vidya chaviprasya nishreyasa karau bhao. Austerity and knowledge bring the highest benefits to the Brahmana. By austerity, he destroys sins, and by knowledge, he attains the Lord. Okay, so again, austerity is duty of Brahmana to perform. So you may say, avidya, balance plus studying knowledge vidya. So he gets this. By austerity, he destroys the sins, and by knowledge, he attains the Lord. Okay. So, what is the point? The point is you can't just do your duty. Simply doing your duty according to Varnashram system is not enough. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they have their duty. So simply doing duty, but without cultivating knowledge about the goal of life and transcendence, you are not going to get the goal. You may be performing perfectly your duty, but if you're not devotee, what is the use? What is use? People may call you a good man. He's nice, he's speaking softly, he's gentle, he's taking care of family, he has good car, a nice salary, and he's nice to others. He's helping others. He's helping in opening hospitals and giving, feeding the poor and curing the blind. No? But is he devotee? No. What is the use? He's going to take birth again. So simply doing your duty, only avidya, is not enough. You must have avidya. You must understand what is the goal of life and strive for it to understand and reach Krishna consciousness. Okay, Baladeva Devotion's commentary. This is his translation. He who engaged in jnana and karma side by side overcomes impurity by karma and attains liberation by jnana. Again, same message is put. This verse speaks of performing jnana and karma together. A person who knows that jnana, vidya, and karma, avidya, should be performed together, ubhayam saha, by one person. Or a person who knows that atma jnana and karma, which leads to that jnana, should both be performed by one person, since they mutually assist each other to the same goal. That person overcomes the contamination of heart, mrityum, by thinking of the actions such as fire sacrifice as offerings to the Lord. Having attained inner purification, he attains liberation, amritam, by means of atma jnana. So both things, the karma is performed not to occur sin. Okay, when you join ISKCON, we ask you to follow 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. Why? To stop papam. Now once you stop sinful activities, no? Then you have to get purified. How? By chanting Hare Krishna. So we ask you to chant Hare Krishna on Japamala. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So this one process will stop us accumulating sinful reactions further. Process of chanting will neutralize those reactions, purify us, and gradually develop love for God. So both things has to be practiced. You can't just chant Hare Krishna and eat meat and drink and have illicit sex and think I will develop love for God. It doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. Now again, if you are doing these things, you cannot say, oh, I'm doing these things, so I will not chant Hare Krishna. No, you will never be able to stop these 4 things unless you start chanting. So at the beginning, people do that. They do a little chanting and a little messing up around. And then slowly they get purified. People think, no, first I'll get pure, then I will start chanting. But you cannot get pure. You have stomach problem and you go to doctor. And doctor says, please take this pill. How can I take pill and I will have stomach problem? But that's the point. You have to take pill to get cured. You know? So people say, how can I chant Hare Krishna and still eating meat? You chant. Okay? And you will forget meat eating if you chant Hare Krishna. Slowly. But if consciously again and again you go for material sinful activities, then the progress will be very, very slow or nil. Here, the Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa differs from Shankara in the interpretation of Vidya and its result. Shankara says Vidya means knowledge of Devatas, by which one attains status of Devata, called Amritatvam. Baladeva says Vidya means Atma Jnana, by which one attains liberation. For Baladeva, avidya is karma, performance of sacrifice, worship of Devatas. For Shankara, avidya is performance of sacrifice without knowledge of the Devatas. So Shankaracharya has different interpretation. This is important for tomorrow's shloka. You will see tomorrow Baladeva Vidyābhūṣaṇa really defeats Shankara's concept of sambhuti and asambhuti. We'll see later on. And here Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura explains completely differently the shloka. One who understands that Atma shares the qualities of both Vidya and Avidya, overcomes death by Avidya and enjoys immortality by Vidya. Okay, here. So he explains. Maya, which is the shelter of both Vidya and Avidya, is not completely different from Chit Shakti, spiritual potency of the Lord, but rather it is shadow, a modification. Whatever is in a shadow exists in original object, in complete and faultless form. Thus, without doubt, the ideal form of both Vidya and Avidya exists in Chit Shakti. If the jiva is striving for the spiritual forms, takes care to destroy the perverted forms of Vidya and Avidya in matter, then he can see the variety of quality in spiritual energy. when he takes support of variety, here no longer means destruction at the hands of material vidya, which is concept of varieties, of no variety in qualities. No? And material vidya takes the jiva away from material variety and thus leads him to Amrita. Now what is this all about? That Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura says that avidya refers to material forms and vidya refers to impersonal concept, that there is no form, no quality, no nothing. Correct. So now Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura says, but both exist in perfection. Vidya and avidya are a reflection of Chit Shakti, spiritual potency of the Lord. From Chit Shakti both comes, vidya and avidya. Now, avidya proposes material forms, material objects, which are false. Vidya, manifested in material world, as an impersonalism, says God has no form. What is it? Nirakar, Arupa, Nirguna. Correct? No form. God has no form, no qualities, no attributes. Correct? But this is also wrong. So now, what is the original pure state of these two, Vidya and Avidya, in Chit Shakti? What is it? That God has spiritual form. It's not avidya, it's not material form, and it's not impersonal. So God has spiritual form. Sachit Ananda Rupaya. Sat Chit Ananda Rupaya. Rupaya means form. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachit Ananda Vigraha. Form is there. Form of Sat, eternal, Chit, full of knowledge, Anandam, full of bliss. So this is what he says. No? So this is when one understands, he takes support of variety, he not longer means destruction at the hands of material vidya, with this concept of no variety in qualities. And material vidya takes you away from material variety and thus leads him to Amrita. No? So that's the idea. So by understanding that we have form, we have relation, we understand God has form, God has relationship with us. No? And it's not impersonal. And one more point he says, by seeing the ideal spiritual counterpart, real objects in variety, material avidya, material variety becomes transformed into the ideal counterpart, spiritual qualities and form. Then the jiva, with a clear realization of his own spiritual form, the form of Paramatma and that spiritual relation, can experience spiritual rasa. So this is what he says. Then finally you see your own form, spiritual form. With spiritual senses, jiva can see spiritual Lord, can see Lord's form, Lord's senses. And when jiva has spiritual form and sees Lord's spiritual form, then devotional service, jiva engages in the service of the Lord and relishes the rasa. Rasavaisaha, Krishna is source of all rasa, all mellows, all pleasures. Rasam hyevayam labdvanandi bhavati. As this Taittiriya Upanishad explains this, that once you realize that Krishna is source of all pleasure, you become blissful. Realize means you engage in his service. Not just intellectually, but actually surrender to Krishna and serve him. And this really speaks about spiritual body in spiritual form, serving spiritual Lord in spiritual world. Thank you very much for your patience and tolerance. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai, Isopanisad ki jai. See just one shloka of Isopanisad, how much we are discussing. And we didn't even start discussion. Because I was just speaking. No, now we have to discuss. Okay. Any questions? Any comments? Any realization? Yes, Prabhupada.
You said now that in West Point he's speaking about Jiva and Krishna's relationship with the spiritual world, but also it looks like he's speaking also about our relationship here now by changing the vision.
Yeah.
And just the approach.
Yeah,
to Maya.
Yeah, you see this. Clear realization is own spiritual form. Okay? Even in material world, material varieties, okay, becomes transformed into ideal counterpart, spiritual quality and form. What does it mean? That means that ihayasya haredasya karmanas manasagira nikilasvapyavasasu jivan mukta sauchate. That even if you are in material body, still you are liberated soul, jivan mukta. Why? because everything is used in Krishna's service. Therefore, spiritual masters, a pure devotee's body is not burned, is buried underground. It's not burned because it's considered spiritual. Although you may appear like a material elements, but it's spiritual body. Why? Because it's used in Krishna's service. So, in that sense, even now applies to us. And applies also in the sense that you see everything is actually Krishna's. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. That's the whole point. There's all Isopanisad. You see, Isopanisad is only one shloka, first shloka. All others are explanation of the first shloka. So only one principle is taught. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. Yat kincha jagat jagat. Tyena tyaktena bunjita. Kasya sridha. Madhvācārya. Kasya sridha. So that's the principle. So when we understand this, then everything becomes spiritual. Even with the material world. Because matters turn to spirit. Actually, Prabhupada says so many times, and nothing like matter exists. So this is the point. Yes, Prabhupada.
Sometimes we speak about the form of Supreme Lord, and then there are arguments. Some Mayavadis say that there's no form.
Right.
Is Nirguna. And we also say that he has form, which is Satchitananda. And then we explain Sat as eternal, Chit as full of knowledge, and Ananda is full of bliss.
Right.
But it's very difficult for the other person to understand what is these three qualities that you're describing about the form.
Right.
They are not tangible, which you cannot, it is like more of abstract.
Oh. Okay.
So I just, because the other person may not understand.
Right. No, you are right. Because if somebody is hearing Mayavad from beginning of his spiritual career, then it's really difficult. Even if you're telling Krishna, always hitting Krishna something abstract, something without form, without. And then we say, Lord is Sachit Ananda Vigraha. Sachit Ananda Vigraha. Oh. Sat means eternity, Chit means knowledge, and Ananda means bliss. So there are three atoms, Sachitananda, 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 and made Lord Body. Not like that. That means that Lord Body is eternal. Sat means Lord Body is existing as a true entity eternally, not different from him. That means Sat. Chit means that is never in ignorance. He is omnipotent. He and his body are not different. He is omnipotent. And Ananda means that through his body he experiences transcendental bliss, and actually means gives bliss to everyone, you know. But that form is described as Sachidananda Rupaya. He has a form just like we have a form. What is the form? Angani asya sakalendriya vrittimanti pasyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti. Daily you are saying, you know, he has angas, he has hands, he has legs, he has eyes, but he's a spiritual. What is a spiritual? That every sense can do function of other senses. Spiritual means he doesn't get this dioptry, you know, plus minus. Not for Krishna. No need glasses. No need sunglasses also, you know. His skin is perfect. His smell is perfect. His touching sense is perfect. His eyes are perfect. His eyesight is perfect. His ears are perfect. Everything is perfect about him. That is called Sachidananda Rupa. He has a body. He has a quality. He has personality. His particular type of personality. Look at Lord Balaram. He's different personality. He's the same person, but he's showing different characteristics, different mood, different power. Krishna likes some things. Balaram likes some different things. You understand? So he is personality also. He has attributes. He is a person. He has intelligence. He has particular character. He has particular likings, particular dislikings. This is what we have to tell to the Mayavadis, that Lord has everything. He is source of everything. Janmadhyasayata. So Lord has a body, but his body is perfect. He is perfect, his body is perfect. His house is perfect. His friends are perfect. His cows are perfect. How much milk gives our cow? 12 liters, 16 liters, 20 liters. Kaushalya, Mahasurabi, 20 liters. Krishna's cows give 24 hours a day, however much he wants. And even if he doesn't want, anyway he's leaking down all the time. Means perfect cows. His flowers are perfect. His garden is perfect. His gopis are perfect. His music is perfect. The language is perfect. His food is perfect. His associates are perfect. His eyebrows are perfect. There is description that if somebody realizes any part of Krishna's body, he cannot move his eyes from it. The rishis who meditate on lotus feet of Krishna, they see the nails like a millions of moons shining. And they stop blinking, they just paralyzed seeing the toes of Krishna's lotus feet. And those who with the soles of lotus feet, they see like a most beautiful lotus pink flower. So every part of body is perfect. Even pure devotees. There is description of early disciples of Prabhupada. Malati Mataji remembers when they just joined temple. Prabhupada came in San Francisco, 68, maybe 69, 68 maybe. 68 or 69. And she said, when she sat first time a little bit near Prabhupada, near enough to little observe him, he said, she would just stare at one particular type of, she would just look at his nose or his ear for a long time, just couldn't move eyes from him, look at his face, then look at his figure, then again look at so attractive, even pure devotee. They have this experience. How Prabhupada was, his complexion, his walking, his tone, his speaking, his eating. Just seeing Prabhupada eating was giving pleasure to devotees. Or walking, aristocratic, Prabhupada put a little head up, walks like that. It's amazing, no? Even devotees are attractive. Krishna is all attractive. And then, Navayavanam. Daily you see Krishna is so attractive, beautiful. And next day he comes and says, oh, today is more beautiful. The eyes are more bigger. This is nature of spirit. Never enough, never ending, never saturated. Always newer experience, Krishna's bliss is always increasing. His attraction is always increasing. So it's difficult for Mayavadis to understand immediately. They are hearing wrong philosophy from beginning, And you are right, I didn't notice that before, but you are right, that Satchidanand made, what kind of body is this? But actually refers to that. It's a spiritual body. Strange is a spirit, I think some smoky thing floating through the air, spirit. But it can be solid also, No? Not that you want to catch Krishna for the hand and you go to the smoke, something. Nothing like that. No? Particularly when Balaram Cousin slaps you will see it's not a smoke. It's a real slap. No? Remember in Chaitanya Lila, Baladeva comes and slaps the pujari. So like that. Okay, any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai, Śrī Isopanisad ki jai, Gaur Premanande.